Thank you for joining us for the third video of this 4-part series on Active Travel Planning 101, before, during, and after your walk, ride, or roll. This video series is part of our Safe Routes to Parks and Healthy Retail initiative funded by Sacramento County Public Health. Before we get rolling, we would like to give another special thanks to our partners at Sacramento Regional Transit for the development of this video. The last two videos covered how to prepare for your active travel trip by planning your route ahead of time and doing some quick safety checks. Now that you are officially ready to head out the door, let's review some important information that will come in handy no matter if you are traveling along a roadway or if you are connecting to transit along the way. If you are traveling along any roadway, it is extremely important to be aware of traffic safety as it applies to your mode of travel. Drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians all must follow the rules of the road to keep themselves and others safe. We will begin with traffic safety for cyclists, and then we will cover traffic safety for pedestrians. In the eyes of the law, cyclists are treated as vehicles when it comes to traffic safety. Cyclists must stop at all stop signs and red signal lights and follow other basic right-of-way rules. Cyclists are also required to travel in the same direction as cars. To separate yourself from traffic as much as possible, use bike lanes whenever they are available to you. Be extra cautious of drivers entering or exiting bike lanes and driveways. Lastly, to reduce collisions between cyclists and pedestrians, cyclists must avoid riding on sidewalks. In some areas, it is illegal to ride on sidewalks. Local rules for riding on sidewalks can be found on Sacramento Area Bicycle Advocates page, Rules for Sharing the Road under the Resources tab at sacbike.org. Please note the same rules for cycling apply to those who are riding motorized scooters. Drivers, you can do your part to keep yourself and other road users safe by maintaining 3 feet of space between your vehicle and cyclists when passing. Remember, cyclists have the same rights as motorists. Just as drivers are required to use turning signals, cyclists must use standardized hand signals to alert drivers and other cyclists before turning. To indicate you are turning left, raise your left arm straight out to your side. To indicate you are turning right, raise your left arm in a 90-degree angle with your hand facing upward. You can also raise your right arm straight out to your side to signal a right turn, although using your left arm is preferred as drivers are typically traveling on your left side. To indicate you are stopping or slowing down, raise your left arm away from your side with your hand facing backwards or keep your left arm bent at a 90-degree angle with your left hand facing down and backwards. The safest place for walking and those who are using mobility devices is the sidewalk. If there is not a sidewalk, walk or roll in the opposite direction of traffic and stay as far to the side as possible to remain visible to drivers. When crossing, be sure to stop and look both ways at stop signs and wait for pedestrian signals at signalized intersections. Check out the California DMV's resources for pedestrian and cyclist safety at bit.ly/CADMV Ped and Bike Info and Sacramento Area Bicycle Advocates page on Rules of the Road at sacbike.org/resources/rules of the road for additional traffic safety information. You can access even more destinations by connecting to transit. Did you know 100% of SacRT's buses have racks that hold up to 3 bicycles? Or that you can bring your bicycle on any light rail? Let's review just how easy it is to ride bus and rail with your bicycle. Load your bike in 5 easy steps that take less than 25 seconds. Prepare your bike for loading before the bus arrives. Remove water bottles, bags, pumps, and other loose items that could fall off while the bus is in motion. Alert the bus operator that you will be loading your bike. Make sure that the operator acknowledges your desire to load. You must load your bike from the curb side or in front of the bus. Never step into oncoming traffic to load your bike. To lower the rack, pull the handle with one hand and lower the carrier until you feel it lock. Use your other hand to steady your bike. Lift your bike onto the tray, fitting the wheels into the slots. If vacant, load your bike into the inside slot first. Swing the wheel lock around from under the bike rack and place on top of the front bike wheel. Try to choose a seat near the front of the bus to keep an eye on your bike and remember to unload it. If you are sitting in one of the priority seats at the front, be sure to give up your seat to pregnant women, older adults, or those with disabilities if needed. Unloading your bike is just as easy. Inform the bus operator that you will be unloading a bike as you approach your bus stop. Use the front door to exit the bus. Swing the wheel lock around to under the front wheel. When the bus is in the kneeled position, the wheel lock can be moved in both directions. Lift your bike out of the bike rack. If there isn't another bike in the rack, return the bike rack to the folded position until it locks in the stowed position. If the driver pulls away before you've unloaded your bike or you forget it, call SAC-RT Lost and Found at 916-321-2800. Once you are on the platform, wait for all other passengers to enter or exit the light rail before boarding. Currently, you must carry your bike up and down the stairs to access all light rail trains, but SAC-RT is getting new low-floor light rail trains where you can roll a bike or mobility device right onto the train. You will start seeing those trains on the light rail system in late 2022. If you are riding one of the CAF light rail trains like this one, each car is equipped with 4 bike racks, 2 at the front and 2 at the rear of each car. To use the rack, lift up your bicycle and attach the front wheel to the top hook and make sure your rear wheel is secured at the bottom lever. If you are unable to attach your bicycle, or if you are riding one of the Siemens trains without bicycle racks, as is shown here, please remain in the designated bicycle area at either end of the car next to the flip-up seats, except if you are in the lead operating car where bicycles are not permitted to be at the front near the operator. Be sure to maintain control of your bicycle by keeping at least one hand on it at all times. Bicyclists can board light rail every day at all hours of operation. However, in the first car, no bikes are permitted at the front of the car, which is reserved for individuals with disabilities. On the last train on the route each day, there is no limit on the number of bikes that can board. Navigate to the Bike and Ride page under the Rider Info tab on SAC-RT's website at sacrt.com/bikeandride for more information. Sacramento Regional Transit is committed to providing accessible, reliable, safe, and convenient transportation to persons with disabilities and seniors. You can read more about SAC-RT's accessibility services and accommodations, including paratransit services and priority seating, at sacrt.com/accessible. Happy walking and rolling! Don't forget to show off your bike and ride pride by sharing your experience riding transit with your bicycle on social media by tagging Ride SAC-RT and Walk Sacramento, or using the hashtag #BikeAndRideSacramento. Thanks for watching! Stay tuned for the final video in the series to learn about different types of racks and locks to keep your bicycle secure once you have arrived to your destination.